Hello and welcome to Last Week in AWS. I am freshly back from KubeCon. Let's see what AWS did to us last week. Let's talk about Rubrik, because your AI agents are now writing code, spinning up workloads, and making decisions faster than you can say, who approved budget for this? Here's the fun part. When one of those autonomous agents goes rogue or gets compromised or just decides to do its thing, you need an undo button that works at machine speed. Rubrik protects everything your AI touches, the training data, the code repos, the production databases across all your cloud providers. And when things go sideways at 3 a.m., as they are wont to do, they help you find clean backups in minutes, not days. It's like having a time machine, but one that actually works. Learn more at rubrik.com/SITC. Custom domain names for VPC Lattice resources. A solution to the problem AWS created by making Lattice resources addressable only through generated endpoints that nobody could remember. The domain verification dance is predictably bureaucratic, but at least they're not charging extra for the privilege of using your own DNS names. Yet. I'm annoyed because I explicitly requested this at launch, but it took them years to implement what seems to me to be a pretty table stakes feature. Lambda gets networking over IPv6, letting you ditch NAT gateways and their hourly charges for egress-only gateways that are free. Took them long enough to solve a problem they created, but at least the savings are real this time. Control Tower supports automatic enrollments of accounts, finally automating what should have been automatic from day one. Moving accounts between OUs was already nerve-wracking enough without manual enrollment adding to the fun. At least now your governance won't break every time someone reorganizes the org chart. Hopefully. Amazon Bracket notebook environments now support CUDA-Q natively. NVIDIA's Quantum SDK comes pre-installed, so you can simulate quantum computers on classical hardware before paying AWS to simulate them on different classical hardware. The real quantum leap is AWS finding yet another billable compute path between your budget and their revenue goals. MSK Express brokers now support intelligent rebalancing for 180 times faster operation performance, which sounds generous until you remember that Express brokers already cost more than standard do. They're giving you faster partition shuffling on the premium tier while conveniently not mentioning what you're paying for that privilege in the first place. Keyspaces now supports log batches for atomic multi-statement operations. Atomic writes for Cassandra workloads. Great, except you're paying double the write capacity units because AWS charges for both the prepare and commit phases. That's not a feature tax so much as it is creative accounting with extra steps. This episode is brought to you by Ona, formerly Gitpod. Are you tired of coding agents pushing your S3 bucket to the wrong AWS account or having them commit your entire downloads folder because they thought your tax documents were part of the code base, all while using privacy policies that basically say that your customer data deserves a nice vacation on random cloud servers? Introducing Ona, where your coding agents run in isolated sandboxes securely within your own VPC. Ona lets you run agents at scale with workflows, bulk open requests that finally tackle that Java migration that you started in 2019, or automatically fix CVEs when your scans find them. Ona also supports private AI models through Amazon Bedrock that your corporate overlords might even approve of. Head to Ona, that's ONA.com, and get $200 of free credits using the code Screaming in the Cloud, because your laptop wasn't designed to babysit over-caffeinated rogue coding agents with root access. CloudWatch composite alarms add threshold-based alerting. At last, a feature that acknowledges not every hiccup deserves a 3 a.m. page. Of course, AWS charges extra for the privilege of filtering your own alerts because apparently teaching their monitoring service basic logic is a premium service. Your ops teams will celebrate, your CFO less so. Keyspaces now supports log batches. Oh, hey, they added transactions to a database service launched in 2019. Love how they frame, we now support a core Cassandra feature from 2011 as innovation. At least there's no surcharge for atomicity yet. EKS service gets independent affirmation of its zero operator access design. AWS unable to log into its own service. Enlists consultancy to help, but they can't get in either. Fault injection service launches new test scenarios for partial failures. Gray failures are nightmare fuel for on-call engineers, so testing for them makes sense. Of course, AWS will happily charge you to simulate the same degraded performance they occasionally provide for free. CloudFormation Hooks adds granular invocation details for Hooks invocation summary. You're kidding me here. CloudFormation tells you why it rejected your infrastructure instead of just lighting your deployment on fire and walking away. This should have shipped with Hooks from day one, but I guess charging customers to beta test features is the real innovation here. And finally, introducing structured output for custom model import in Amazon Bedrock. So you brought your own model of Bedrock to avoid vendor lock-in, and now AWS is selling you features that should have shipped on day one. Structured output is table stakes and has been for a very long time. Calling it an announcement is like bragging about adding cup holders to a car you sold last year. And that's what happened last week in AWS. I'm Corey Quinn, and the reInvent Drumbeat continues.